My fiancé cheated on me a week before our wedding, so I got married anyway. Fiancé cheated a week before our wedding. I found out, canceled everything, but showed up anyway and turned it into a celebration of freedom. She showed up in her wedding dress. I told her to leave. Then I danced my ass off. Hey Reddit, buckle up, because this is the kind of story that feels like it belongs in a movie, but it happened, every last damn bit of it. I'm not sure what I'm looking for by posting this. Validation? Closure? Just a place to scream into the void. Maybe all three. Either way. Here's how I got left at the altar and still walked away wearing the ring. I, 34M, met Melissa, 31F, for years ago at a mutual friend's party. She had this infectious laugh, knew all the lyrics to 2000s pop punk, and made fun of my drink choice within the first 5 minutes of meeting me. I was hooked that we clicked fast. Moved in together after a year, adopted a cat named Waffles, and started building a life full of shared playlists, road trips, and brunches. Everything felt right. Stable. Safe. When I proposed last fall, during a weekend trip to Vermont, under the autumn leaves like some cheesy Instagram reel, she cried. Said yes. Hugged me so hard, we almost fell into the river. Wedding planning was intense, but we were in it together. Or so I thought. 2 months before the wedding, I started noticing weird shifts. Melissa was distracted. She'd pick fights over nothing, claim she was stressed from work, she's in marketing, and started going out more with her coworkers. I didn't push too hard. I trusted her. I figured it was wedding stress. The venue was over budget. Her mom was being a nightmare, and the guest list kept growing like a tumor. But there were cracks. She changed her phone passcode, said it was for work security. She started showering right when she got home. And once, I saw a message preview pop up from someone saved as Kelly, HR. It said, "Last night was amazing still. Thinking about it." When I asked about it, she casually said her team went out and someone must have borrowed her phone. It didn't sit right, but I let it go. Stupid. I know. 1 week before the wedding. I came home early from work, surprise Thai food in hand, planning to spend the evening going over final details for the big day. I walked in, and Melissa wasn't home, which wasn't unusual. What was unusual was her iPad lighting up on the kitchen counter, same iCloud account as her phone. Notifications started pinging. I saw the preview. A message from Troy. Wish we had more time today. Your fiancé really doesn't appreciate what he has. My blood went cold. I opened the app, and there it was. Months worth of text between her and this guy, a coworker. Sexts, nudes, plans to sneak away during lunch, snide comments about me, mocking how predictable I was, how boring I'd become. Her exact words. It's like I'm marrying a roommate. Troy actually makes me feel alive. I stared at the screen, feeling like someone punched me in the gut. I didn't rage. I didn't scream. I just sat down on the kitchen floor, Waffles curled up next to me, and I started to cry. Not the loud kind. The quiet, shoulder-shaking kind, where you realize your entire life is about to split down the middle. She walked in 30 minutes later. She took one look at me, the iPad in my hand, and just froze. Then, with a straight face, she said, "You weren't supposed to see that." Not "I'm sorry." Not "it's not what it looks like." Just that. I asked her how long. She said 6 months. I asked if she was going to call it off. She said, "I don't know." I told her to get out. She packed a bag and left without another word. The next 48 hours were a blur. I canceled the vendors I could. Lost money on some of them. Told our families. Most were shocked. My best man offered to egg her car. I declined, barely. Her parents were mortified, offered to reimburse me for some of the wedding costs. I refused. I didn't want their money. I wanted my damn life back. Then something weird happened. On Friday, I was going through the final guest list again, trying to figure out how to formally cancel the ceremony and notify everyone, when I got a message from Melissa's cousin, Jenna. Jenna and I had always gotten along. She was younger, artsy, brutally honest. She said, "Hey, I know things are awful right now, but don't cancel. Come to the venue. Just trust me." I said, "Why would I go?" She said, "Because you deserve to stand there, even if she doesn't." The wedding was supposed to be at this beautiful outdoor venue, a garden tucked behind a vineyard. 80 guests, live string quartet, minimalist everything. Sunday came. I showed up in no tux, just slacks, a white shirt, sleeves rolled up. No ring, just me. Jenna had told a few others what happened, not everyone. So people arrived confused. Some thought it was a joke. Some thought maybe Melissa was sick. Then they saw the sign Jenna had made, propped up on the welcome table. The wedding is off, but the groom has something to say. I stood up in front of 80 people and told the truth that I said I was cheated on. That I wasn't here for pity. I was here because I didn't want to disappear like I had done something wrong that I told them I was. Still proud of the love I gave. And I wouldn't let one betrayal erase 4 years of kindness, growth, and shared dreams that I ended with this. This isn't a wedding. It's a funeral for a future that deserved better. And you know what? I'm okay with that. The crowd was silent. Then someone, I think it was Jenna, started clapping. Then others joined. I was hugged, cheered, given more champagne than I could handle. People took photos with me like it was a real wedding. We danced, ate the cake. One of my friends changed the playlist to 2000s breakup anthems. It became a party. My party. Melissa showed up, yes, in full hair and makeup. Wearing her dress, she stood at the edge of the garden like some gothic ghost bride, watching people celebrate without her. She approached slowly, said my name like a question. I said, "You don't belong here." She asked if we could talk. I said, "We already did." Then she started crying, loud, dramatic sobs. Jenna walked up beside me, handed me a glass of champagne, and said, "You've got everything you need. Let's go dance." I left Melissa standing there in her $4,000 dress, makeup streaked, mascara dripping. We partied until 2 a.m. It's been almost a year. I went no contact with Melissa. She tried reaching out twice, both times claiming she was working on herself and wanted to explain. I blocked her. I learned she and Troy lasted about 3 months. Shocker. I kept waffles. I started therapy, lost 20 pounds, stress, plus running, mostly, and eventually, I met someone new. Slowly, carefully, with more honesty than I've ever known. And I still have the photos from that day. A day that was supposed to be about joining lives, but ended up being about reclaiming mine.